Now is a good time as ever for Mahomes to make his MVP statement game and lock up the $1.25 million bonus.
I didn't even know he had that.
Yeah,
he gets $1.25 million for winning league MVP.
So it's like the same thing as like the clause with Kyler Murray and like the studying. Like
no, well, I mean it's not the same thing, but it's similar. It's like an addendum to the contract. Milestone. Yeah, there you go. It's like a 2K
5
milestone.
Rebounds, 40 VC.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Except it's league MVP and it's $1.25 million. It actually. So here's a weird thing, and then I'll let you get to your question. It's minuscule against the cap, so it's not a big deal. It's low-key, though, a tiny bit bad for the Chiefs. So the way you put contract incentives into contracts in salary cap sports is there's likely to be earned and not likely to be earned, okay? So the reason you have to have those is likely to be earned incentives count against the cap before you earn them. Not likely to be earned count against the cap retroactively. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you sign Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins. If they say you get an extra $1 million if you get 50 catches, that $1 million automatically, instantly counts against the cap because he gets 50 catches every year.
Right.
If you put on there, if you lead the league in touchdown catches, you get $1 million. That's unlikely to be earned because he's never done it. Right? So anything that is win the Super Bowl, you get X, win league MVP, you get X, is considered unlikely to be earned because only one guy does it, only one team does it, right? But then once you earn it, it counts against the cap. So Mahomes winning league MVP takes $1.25 million away from the Chiefs cap for next season. Not a big deal, and he's earned it, but it is a little interesting nuance, at least interesting to me. Might be boring to other people. What's your question?
The more you know.
Yeah.
Is Mahomes primed to win back his place in your heart from Luka with a performance for the ages this week in Arrowhead?
All right, I don't want a Mahomes performance for the ages. I don't. Flatly. I just want the Chiefs to get out of these next 2 weeks healthy. So sometimes injuries are a combination of skill, coaching, and luck. Some injuries are just bad luck, and sometimes teams clearly coach with injuries in mind and call plays with injuries in mind. And the Chiefs are in a position where, while the Eagles are getting banged up, and the Bills are getting banged up, and the Bengals just lost their right tackle, the Chiefs quietly have been incredibly healthy the last few weeks. They're getting McCole Hardman back. They're about to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire back, which I don't really care so much about. His third best running back on the team. They are going to be super conservative in their play calling and how their style of offense these next 2 weeks to try to make sure, most notably, Kelsey and Mahomes stay healthy. And so I don't expect there to be a lot of deep downfield over the middle passing. I don't expect Patrick to be running a lot. I expect them to be 3-step drops, get the ball out of his hands, run the football, get out of here with victories. And the Raiders did the Chiefs a solid here by conceding their season's over, going to Jared Stidham. Though what I was a little nervous about was the Raiders would stick with Carr, win this week, have like a 2% chance at the playoffs going into week 18, and be, kitchen sink type of game. Instead, they're done. Right. They benched Carr, they went to Stidham, they'll lose this week, and it's over. And so now the Chiefs just need to stay healthy because they're not going to be able to rest everybody in week 18 because the 1 seed is still in play. So they're only... The other thing that's really weird is, for the Chiefs, if they win their final 2 and the Bills lose one of their 2 games, either the Bengals or the Patriots, the Chiefs are the 1 seed and they get a bye. If the Chiefs lose one of these games, they will fall potentially to the 3 seed, not get a bye, have a very tough round one game probably against Baltimore, and then be going to Buffalo or Cincinnati in round two. Be disaster.
Right.
As opposed to being at home and being in a position where Buffalo and Cincinnati, you only have to play one of them, and it's after they've played each other, assuming they both win round one. So it's a very, small needle the Chiefs are trying to thread. I think it's going to work, and I think the fact that the Broncos firing Nat Hackett, maybe they'll have a bit of a boost, but the replacement coach is the dude Nat Hackett hired midseason to run the clock for him, Jerry Rossberg, who's never been an NFL coach. I'm not worried about the Broncos. I'm not worried about the Raiders. I just need the Bengals to beat the Bills on Monday night.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.